It's a matter of great honor and pride that we have with us Mr. Sunil Chopra, who is the CEO of Talisman Advisors. Welcome to FORE School of Management. Sir. How was your interaction with the students at FORE School of Management?
So I think I've had these kind of sessions with several student groups across the country, top institutions like yours. I was personally very, very happy, and most importantly, I think a lot of people were very participative because it's the ground rule that I have. That if interaction has to happen, I don't ever have a Q&A session for that reason, because for me, question and answers should not wait until the end of the session. At times they lose meaning, they lose context. So it's much better if people interact and make it more current. And I think I saw ample participation, and I had to at times then even curtail that how many more questions one would take on a topic, which is wonderful and great to find such an interactive audience.
So in your session you talked about the three power tools. So what exactly are these power tools and how do they help an individual?
So basically these are very simple, small things, if you may, and the whole idea was about sharpening the saw. So these are things that we can act on a daily basis. They don't need a lot of resources, time, space, or situations. So when I think of the first one, which is the power of the emotional bank, the whole idea of how human relationships work, in some ways like a bank, and in some ways very different from money bank, because it's a trust bank, it's a trust-based bank. So it focuses on the whole idea of how human mind works on transactions of deposits and of withdrawals, right? And how those can be in a way managed so that you're always on the positive side of the balance and not doing overdrafts. Right. And then the power of affirmation and creative visualization, which relates to more converting what we wish to do or how we see ourselves through affirmations, by telling us ourselves every day, writing affirmations, then eventually seeing ourselves first person, living those moments and those events ahead of time. How that actually becomes a power tool in our repertoire to make things happen for us. And last but not the least, the power of the unspoken word, which is the whole realm of body language, where we spend a lot of our time, efforts, and energies, ironically, on the 7% constituent, which is just the words, and miss out on larger proportion of what eventually also makes a lot of difference, which is the whole gamut of the vocals and the body language itself. So these three things, to my mind, are very, very simple and easy to practice in every day, and they can make a compelling difference to how things happen or outcomes for us in our lives, personal and professional both, hopefully.
Right. So as per your perspective, which tool amongst the three that you have shared is the most important tool, and how can one improve upon it?
Frankly, it's very difficult to pull one out and say that this is the most important, but if I think of relevance across time, space, etc., all of that, and what could probably make a lot of difference if people get it right, I think to me the power of the emotional bank is huge, because it focuses on the whole realm of relationship management. And it is not only professional, it's personal, our personal lives, and eventually people work with people. Man is a social animal, and we don't live off individually. Right. So anything we do is in the context of other people. So to be able to conduct ourselves in a way which becomes more meaningful, more appreciable, and actually closer to what we intended to be, I think that's a huge win. And most times we miss it because we take some of this for granted. Right? And I think from that perspective, I would think that the emotional bank and leading to having more effective relationships can be a huge tool in the repertoire for anyone.
In this session, you shared with us the interaction that you had with GE's one of the most iconic CEOs, Jack Welch. So, would you like to share the same with our viewers?
So basically, as a part of introductions, or as coming as a part of the leadership team, I remember I was very fortunate. So it was a very large group of people. This was an event which was being hosted in Hong Kong, and I was only 7 months in the team. Okay. But I was the HR leader for the retail finance businesses here, so I was representing the part of the business over here as a as a part of the HR leadership team again. And to find him in flesh and blood over there, and of course he was interacting with and was being introduced to several people who would just like to shake his hand, and being one of them, and just getting to meet the man himself who created so many unprecedented things in the corporate world, including how GE was, the whole idea of how people could do so many bigger things than they imagined in their life. The 3S concept, the 4Es, and all of that. A lot of things that came from him, the sheer energy.
Right.
I think that handshake stayed with me for a while and shook me for a while, and hopefully a lot of that energy continues even today.
So, what would be your final word of advice to students at FORE School of Management?
I think it would probably not so much be a subject matter related thing, or even something necessarily from what we did today. I think, and so many people would have said it before, but as long as you do what you enjoy and enjoy what you do, the rest all will probably fall in place. So make sure this is the time when you're all shaping up your careers. This is the time when you are really learning and having fun. So don't let any of these components go. If you stop enjoying, if you stop having fun, then learning will probably not be as productive. Some other things may also not come out as well. So do not get involved so much with the act itself that you miss the joy and miss the experiences of this time. Because going back now to my campus life 25 years back, this time doesn't come back, really. So make the most of it, learn a lot, work very hard, work very sincerely, but make sure you enjoy a lot, because that is what will stay with you forever.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Pleasure.